Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something pretty big in the tech world.
We are. It's Apple's new team-up with Anthropic.
Right, bringing AI coding tools directly into Xcode.
Yeah.
Sorted through the news, the analyses.
Cut through the noise, basically.
Exactly, to bring you what really matters. So our mission today, understand this new AI tool, figure out why Apple's shifting strategy like this.
And, crucially, what it all means for developers, for the industry.
Okay, first off, Apple, known for doing everything in-house, partners with Anthropic. That's interesting.
It really is. Anthropic, the AI startup, partly backed by Amazon, no less. It feels like a signal.
A signal of what, do you think?
Maybe a big shift in how Apple sees development tools going forward, integrating Anthropic's Claude Sonnet model into Xcode. That's not a minor tweak.
No, it sounds fundamental. So this external partnership, does it say something about Apple's own AI progress? Or maybe the speed they needed?
It could be both. I mean, the AI field is moving incredibly fast. Maybe they felt leveraging specialized expertise, like Anthropic's, was the quickest way to get a really cutting-edge tool out there.
And Claude Sonnet specifically. Why that model?
Well, it's known for having pretty strong reasoning and, importantly, coding abilities. It suggests Apple saw something there, a level of sophistication maybe they hadn't quite reached internally yet.
So this isn't just like autocomplete on steroids.
Not at all. The idea is to weave AI assistance right into the developer's daily workflow.
Okay, paint a picture. If I'm a developer using this new Xcode, what can I actually do with it?
Well, based on reports, it's aiming to be pretty comprehensive. Think about asking a chat interface for code snippets or getting clear explanations of tricky code sections.
That could be useful.
Definitely. And even getting the AI to help find and fix bugs, plus apparently help with UI testing.
UI testing, that's notoriously time-consuming.
It is. And the bug management part sounds quite proactive, too.
Proactive how? Like, this spots bugs before I do.
That seems to be the goal. Not just waiting for you to ask, but actually identifying potential issues, figuring out the cause, and suggesting fixes.
Wow. If that actually works well, that could save huge amounts of time.
Exactly. Freeing up developers for more, creative problem solving.
I saw it described somewhere as a vibe coding platform. What's that about? Sounds a bit wavy.
Huh. Yeah, it's an interesting term. It suggests a more intuitive, collaborative feel, like the AI is a seamless partner helping generate code in a more fluid way.
Less like giving orders, more like jamming together.
Maybe something like that. But this vibe coding idea, it's not just Apple, it reflects a wider trend.
Right, Microsoft with GitHub Copilot, OpenAI.
Yeah.
Lots of players are pushing AI into the coding space.
Absolutely. It's becoming a major focus across the industry.
So what are the big wins everyone's chasing here? What's driving this?
Primarily, it's about boosting developer productivity, automating the repetitive stuff.
Makes sense. Less grunt work.
Right. Let developers focus on the harder, more interesting problems. And then there's code quality, using AI for better testing, finding bugs earlier.
Which should lead to faster development cycles, getting apps and updates out quicker.
That's the ultimate aim for a lot of companies, yeah. Faster time to market.
Okay, but let's circle back to Apple's history. This Anthropic partnership feels very un-Apple in some ways. They usually build everything themselves.
That's true. And their previous attempt, Swift Assist, is really important context here.
Ah, yes, Swift Assist. We heard whispers about that. It was their in-house project.
It was. The ambition was there, definitely. But it reportedly hit some serious snags during internal testing.
What kind of snags? What actually went wrong?
Well, the main issues seem to be around accuracy. Code suggestions weren't always right.
The famous AI hallucinations?
Precisely. The AI suggesting code that looked plausible but was just wrong or nonsensical. That's a big problem in coding.
Hugely problematic.
Yeah.
What else?
Performance issues, too. Developers found it could slow things down, which kind of defeats the purpose of an assistant tool.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
And just general concerns about reliability, efficiency, both for writing code and debugging it. It clearly had issues.
So it never even made it to a public beta?
Nope. Shelved internally, which suggests the problems were pretty fundamental and they couldn't quite crack it.
Okay, so those struggles with Swift Assist really paved the way for this Anthropic deal then?
It certainly looks that way. They needed a robust, reliable solution and maybe decided Anthropic's tech was further along.
And this fits into their broader AI picture too, right? We're hearing about OpenAI for iOS 18, maybe Google Gemini.
Exactly. It seems like a strategic pivot. Integrate the best AI tech available, whether it's homegrown or from partners, to really enhance their platforms.
Yeah, makes sense. How's the developer community reacting to all this? Are people excited?
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of buzz online. You see it on social media, forums. Developers are clearly interested.
I bet. Anything that makes coding easier or faster is usually welcome.
For sure. And analysts are watching closely too. They see this as pretty important for Apple to keep pace with Google and Microsoft in the AI developer platform race.
And for Anthropic, this is a big stage for them.
Huge opportunity. Showcasing Claude models inside Xcode. That's a massive real-world test and a great way to compete against OpenAI and Google DeepMind.
So, timeline-wise,
Yes.
it's being tested inside Apple now. Any idea when developers like you or I might get to try it?
It's all down to those internal trials. If they go well, if the Apple engineers using it find it genuinely useful and reliable.
Then a public release seems likely.
I'd say it's a strong possibility, yeah. And that would really shake things up, putting Apple directly against tools like GitHub Copilot.
Let's zoom in on Claude Sonnet itself. You mentioned its reasoning abilities. What makes it stand out for coding?
Well, Claude Sonnet, especially the newer versions like 3.7 they might be using, is generally seen as one of the top models for this, right up there with GPT-4o and Gemini 2.5 Pro.
What are its specific strengths?
It uses this hybrid reasoning approach. That sounds technical, but it basically means it's good at multi-step analysis, thinking things through logically, which is vital for code.
So it understands the structure better.
Seems so. Benchmarks like SWE Bench Verified, which test on real software engineering tasks, show it performing really well, even better than Gemini 2.5 Pro in some cases, requiring deep reasoning. It's also strong on logical reasoning tests like GPQA Diamond.
Okay, so beyond benchmarks, what does that mean in practice?
Early testers, companies like Cursor and Replit, who've integrated Claude, they praise its ability to plan out code changes, handle updates across the whole stack, and manage complex code bases.
That sounds more useful than just generating isolated snippets.
Much more. The feedback suggests it often produces code that's closer to production ready, with fewer mistakes and, interestingly, better design sense than some other models.
Better design sense. How does an AI manage that?
It's about how it structures the code, perhaps anticipating future needs or following best practices more consistently. It's also reportedly quite good at spotting security vulnerabilities and optimizing algorithms.
And performance. Is it fast?
Often, yes. For typical day-to-day coding tasks, it's generally considered faster and more cost-effective than something like GPT-4o. Plus, it handles large amounts of big token capacity, which is essential for real projects.
And the interaction. Is it easy to work with?
Reports suggest it has a pretty natural communication style, and it has modes where it can sort of think aloud, which helps developers understand its reasoning, better user experience overall.
Which, again, highlights the problems Swift Assist likely faced. It's a high bar to clear.
It really is. Building an AI that doesn't just generate code, but generates good, reliable, efficient code, understands context, fixes bugs effectively. That's incredibly complex.
Yeah, the hallucinations, the slowdowns, the unreliability, those are killer issues for a developer tool.
Absolutely. They disrupt workflow instead of streamlining it. The fact Swift Assist never saw the light of day tells you they couldn't overcome those hurdles internally, hence turning to Anthropic.
Okay, so let's assume this partnership works out. AI coding integrated smoothly into Xcode. What are the big potential benefits for developers and maybe even the wider app ecosystem?
Oh, the potential is huge. First, a much more streamlined workflow, using natural language to get code, having smart, predictive completion.
Just making the act of writing code easier and faster.
Right, leading to big productivity and efficiency gains. That means faster development cycles, getting features out sooner.
And better code quality, too.
That's a major hope. AI analysis finding potential bugs, automated testing catching things early, hopefully fewer errors making it into production.
Which saves time and money on debugging later.
Exactly. Reduced development time, reduced costs. Plus, these tools often support multiple languages and frameworks, making them flexible.
Could it also be a learning tool?
Definitely. For junior developers or even experienced ones learning a new language, having an AI explain concepts or suggest approaches could be invaluable, like having a senior developer pair programming with you 24/7.
And access to information.
Right, tapping into vast repositories of code for solutions, examples, design patterns.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Could this even lower the barrier to entry, make app development more accessible?
That's a fascinating possibility. If AI handles more of the complex boilerplate or syntax, maybe more people with great ideas but less traditional coding experience could start building apps. Democratization, potentially?
So wrapping things up a bit, Apple teaming up with Anthropic for AI and Xcode is clearly a significant move.
A really big deal, yeah.
We've talked about Claude Sonnet's capabilities, why Apple probably pivoted from their own Swift Assist project.
The challenges they faced there were likely substantial.
And the potential upside for developers, efficiency, quality, maybe even accessibility. It's a lot to take in.
It is. And I think the really provocative thought to leave people with is, how might this fundamentally change the process of creating software? Not just making current methods faster, but enabling entirely new ways to build things.
Yeah, what new innovations or types of apps become possible when intelligent assistance is just part of the toolkit?
Exactly. Think about your own work, your own interests. What could you create or achieve if you had that kind of intelligent partner helping you build it? That's the really exciting question going forward.
Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.